And that was the band Black Kanyon with their song Leaving Home. And I play Black Kanyon because I have in the studio with me Dan Connell from Black Kanyon. How are you, bud?
Hello, sir. Thank you for having me on.
No worries. Pleasure to have you here, bud.
Pleasure to be here.
Now, Black Kanyon's your band. What do you play in that one?
Guitar vocals. So,
okay.
Tom, the other guitarist, does most of the lead stuff. So
Yep.
a lot of the killer lead stuff you hear in there is him.
Okay.
Major shredder. He also does the mixing and the mastering for the tracks too.
Okay. Oh, cool. So
Yeah.
all in-house.
All in my house.
Yeah, all in your house.
Yeah.
Oh, you have a pretty good setup there. don't
Yeah, built a studio there.
Oh, awesome.
And Tom lives with me.
Okay.
His partner. So
Okay.
we tend to do a lot of music
Well, that's
together.
awesome. Yeah, okay. So you got Black Kanyon. I know, from what I hear, you're in a lot of bands.
Too many.
Too many. So but it's only a 2-hour show, so it might be quicker to name the bands that you aren't in. You know? You're not in Eskimo Joe. You're not in Tame
Not yet.
Impala. You're not in the John Butler Trio. Although I hear they're making another quartet and putting you on the kazoo, I think.
Happily obliged for that, mate.
But just reel off a few of the others. Obviously, Amberdown.
Yeah, so Black Kanyon, Amberdown, Hailmary. I do the solo stuff, acoustic stuff I'm doing. I'm just about to do a release of some new music, which is also solo music, but it's like a bit more heavy.
Okay.
But I got a lot of songs, you know, in my head, and
right.
I don't have. Sometimes they may not fit into the criteria of one of the bands, or you know, the guys are busy or whatever. So I'll just do it all myself, and I'm going to do something very shortly with that. So keep posted with that. So that'll, and then just some tribute and cover stuff here and there.
Yeah, okay. So
with Even Flow, which is like the Pearl Jam tribute.
Oh, okay. Oh, awesome.
But as an original thing, yeah, just those. I guess those 4 and 5 soon.
Really? Yeah, and your obviously your solo stuff. How much time do you? I mean, it's a hard question, but how do you divide your time between these bands? Keep everyone happy, because they all want a lot of you, I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. Don't know how it sort of it finds its way. You know, I manage. Well, I work for myself, so I can sort of manage time a little easier that way. That was the purpose of sort of starting my own business and work, so I could kind of manage my time.
Yep.
Which has helped a lot. If anyone's listening and you want to manage your time, try to start your own thing so you can follow the things you love.
No, that's so true. I did something similar when my kids were young, because I wanted to be there for them, and I'm very proud to say I dropped them off at school every day and picked them up every day of their from kindy to year 12, basically. Yeah, I know, but I work for myself. And I was able to do that.
Yeah, you can manage your own
schedule. But there's stresses that come with.
Oh yeah, There's a certain level of responsibility you kind of have to take on the burden of. But I wouldn't have it any other way. Yeah, it's the only way I can kind of, because I have a real problem with the pigeonhole thing. You know, the very you know, this is your look or your style or your brand. You have to follow this to the end. It's like, well, no.
Yeah, and you've got avenues where you can.
Yeah, and I like all kinds of music. You know, this is very sort of odd mindset of you're sort of stuck in this genre. You're pigeonholed to this. Like I'd prefer not to.
It's a bit like this show here.
I've good variety.
Well, that's the thing. I'm slipping in. I mean, played a bit of Elton John earlier.
Love Elton.
Me too. And that was a request for young Timmy. Happy birthday, by the way. Oh, Timmy.
Happy B-Day, Timmy.
7 tomorrow. So that was for Timmy. He wanted some Elton John. But also, I mean, there's songs I wouldn't play on here. Like I like a bit of classical music, you know. But Pachelbel, Canon in D is one of the greatest songs ever. I think I love listening to that song. Wouldn't play it here, of course. Or maybe I will one day.
Maybe just sneak it in.
The hay.
Yeah. Oh, there's man. I could go for hours.
Yeah.
With, like all the cringe bands that I like, you know. And
ABBA. I mean, Dancing Queen. I can't help but get up.
Oh, yeah. That's what I mean. You can just go on and on. Cause it seems I don't like the whole. You know, there's obviously fashion involved with music. I get it's part and parcel, but I'm not a massive fan of closing doors because fashion stipulates you must. You know, it's like, well, no. You know?
No, absolutely agree. Hey, I asked you to pick out 3 songs to play today. Normally when I ask people that, they go, oh, that's the hardest question I've ever had. You got back to me in about 12 seconds.
Yeah,
bang, bang, bang.
Whatever's in my head, I'm like, oh, yep, go with that. I can't even remember it now.
The first one is the Wallflowers with One Headlight. Yes. Tell me about that song, why you chose it.
It was the first time I heard this song, what was it, early 90s.
When did it come out? No, 96 apparently.
Mid-90s. Okay,
mid-90s, yeah.
First time I heard it, I really connected with that. I thought it was an amazing song. I got the album. The whole album is great from beginning to end. If anyone doesn't know who they are, it's Bob Dylan's son. Yeah. He didn't like that kind of...
What's his name?
Dylan. Dylan, sorry, no. Bob Dylan's son. What do I think?
I was trying to think of it as well. I know it's Dylan's... no, it's not Matt Dillon.
What is it? I can't remember. It'll come to me later.
We'll Google.
But it really hit me hard, and my old man as well was a massive fan of the band. So,
yeah, okay. It is a really catchy song, and
it's a great track.
Sometimes a lot of download songs, people ask me, put in their 3 songs, and I think, I don't actually know that one, and I've got to find the copy of it. This one I had. This one was definitely already on my playlist.
I had one floating around now.
I already had this one for sure. No, I love this song. It feels like, this sounds weird, but it feels like it starts halfway through the song. It's just the way it sort of just starts.
Yeah.
And it feels like...
I know what you mean.
And there's some songs like that. You sort of like... It feels like you've joined the story a bit late. And
yeah, it's like that drum beat that's sort of like the same all the way through. Kind of just sort of Tom Petty-ish thing going on.
Yeah. No,
Jacob Dylan. Not Dylan.
There you go. I think Dylan sounds better.
Yeah, I'd like that. That's a cracking name.
Anyway, let's listen to a bit of the Wallflowers. This is One Headlight. Bit of Offspring there with Self-Esteem from 1994. You were bopping along there.
Very good song. Very good album.
Yeah.
I've been on a Offspring little phase, actually, of late. Yeah.
Okay.
For the last 2 weeks. I do that.
Really?
You do it.
You definitely.
Play AC/DC for a week, and then you might listen to this for a week or that. And
I've been playing AC/DC for 40 years. Can't get enough of that stuff. Top of that bracket, we had the Wallflowers with One Headlight. Hey, got a few texts coming through, Dan. What have we got? Oh, hang on, I'm on the wrong one. Here we go. Stu. Hey, Stu. What we got? Hey, Radman, sitting at the back with a bourbon today, enjoying the show as always. What's the chance of a bit of Alice in Chains Nutshell this week? Ooh, I'll see if I've got it for you, Stu.
Good song.
Play with a nut. Do you like that one?
It's a great song.
Yeah. Emma Jane, she's thanking that's Auntie Emma playing the song for little Tim earlier. He's happy. Hey, this one's for you, Dan. Hi, Radman and Dan. Glenn here from Kwinana. Frontman of the 90s gig at the Charles rocked. Thanks for performing at that gig, Dan. Tell us about that.
Thank you, sir. It was a gig that the Brown Study Band, Des, the singer from Brown Study Band, put together. And they do a lot of 90s tribute stuff. They'll do the Pearl Jam as well and the Stone Temples. But they decided to get everyone from, like, the frontmen from the other tribute acts. So, Kev, which is from Hailmary, did Soundgarden and Alice in Chains. So they did a full night of 90s frontmen. And I think I did 3 or 4 songs, perform with it. And then we did a song together at the end. Yeah.
Oh, right.
It's a cool night.
Awesome, man.
I think I was very unwell that night too.
Okay.
So I remember not sounding very good.
Glenn didn't notice.
Thank you, Glenn.
Hey, got a message from the Frankinator. This is to me, I think. Have you experienced a Dan Connell hug yet? Yeah, I have, Frank. Thanks. I got 4 broken ribs, son. Hey, that's something we could talk about. Like, you must be one of the busiest men, because you got your business as well. You're a Sparky, you were saying off air. So you got that. You're in 78 bands. And you're also fit as heck as well.
Wow.
So
cardiovascularly, probably not, but
muscularly.
Yeah. Oh, I've been
2 axe handles across. If you haven't seen Dan,
I started working out when I was about I broke my arm when I was about 15.
Okay.
Really quite badly, and I was very fit, and then I got very thin because I lost a lot of weight, breaking my arm.
Yep.
And my old man got me some dumbbells, and he's like, this will help you put back the weight on. And then after that, I was like, oh, this is, you see the development, and you kind of get used to it, and you kind of start to enjoy it a little bit.
Yeah.
And then once you get to a point, you want to maintain it. So I guess I kind of try to maintain some kind of
Actually,
fitness,
I'm nodding like I know what you're talking about. I don't know
Consistency is key with everything.
With everything.
With
yes.
everything.
That's why I'm nodding. Not about building muscles, just about everything.
Yeah.
Consistency.
Maintain.
Yeah. That's it. It's easier once it's like your garden. You let the weeds get hold of it, it's hard to get it back. But if you pull a few weeds every day,
And all the best things, take... nothing easy is things will take a long time.
Yeah.
Everything, worth doing is going to be hard.
I know what you're trying to say there.
Guitars, guitar playing,
exactly.
Everything takes a long time.
Yeah.
You can't just jump on the guitar and start shredding.
Anything worthwhile takes time.
That's the one I
know exactly what you're thinking. Hey, what else we got? That's enough messages for now. Stu, I'll have a look for that Alice in Chains song for you. If I've got it, I will play it today. If not, I'll play it for you next week, buddy. Hey, Dan, I'm going to play an Amberdown song next. Can you tell us about this one? It's called Ember's Song. I heard it only maybe a month or so back for the first time. And it fascinated me, and I'd like to hear the story if you're happy to tell it.
Yeah, well, a friend...
did I say Embers? It's Ember's Song.
Embers, yeah.
Embers, sorry, yeah.
So a friend of ours, Ember, whose mum actually listens to the show. I think she might have... She'll text me now and then when she hears it on the show. So,
okay.
So Ember was a friend of ours, the band, and mine when we sort of first started playing. This was a while ago.
Yeah.
And she ended up getting cancer, brain cancer.
Right.
And was given 6 months to live. And that was almost... It might have been over 10 years ago now, and she's still with us.
She's still with... Oh,
yeah.
You know what? I'm so glad to hear that, because I was going to ask you that, and I'm so happy to know that she's still with us.
Yeah. So managed to somehow, get from 6 months to 10 years.
Awesome.
I sort of thought I'd put a song together for her because, at the time, the band was still quite unknown, and it was... Having a fan or having any fans was appreciated. So
yeah. Man, it's a beautiful song. And you've got Mel Flynn, who we had on the show. I think
Mel
3 weeks ago
to sing on it because we're big fans of Mel and Ashes of Autumn, and what a true artist.
Oh yeah.
And vocalist.
Yeah, and she was amazing on this show as well. Some of the stories that she has as well. Actually, I will say I do have a YouTube channel. That it's called The Sunday Session with Rad Band. If you go there, all the videos that all the interviews that I've had, or guest hosts, I should say, over the first 4 weeks, and Dan will be up there later today. You can go back and listen to all of them without the music and just the talking. And that one with Mel is on there, along with Jordan, Johnny, and Dave Hole we had last week. But yeah, let's have a listen to this song from Amberdown. It is called Ember's Song. There's Soul Asylum with the song Misery from 1995, the album Let Your Dim Light Shine. And before that, we had Amberdown with Ember's Song, absolutely beautiful song.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, Dan, awesome.
Appreciate that.
Tell us a bit about Amberdown, as distinct from Black Kanyon, we spoke about earlier.
Yeah, Amberdown was the first project I started when me and Jace, the guitarist, were in high school, and we decided to... I was playing drums at the time, actually.
Okay.
And he was playing guitar. And I was playing guitar too. It was just, I was mucking around with all instruments.
Is it a 3-piece or a 4-piece?
It was a 4-piece, then it was a 4-piece, then it was a 5-piece,
right.
Then it was a 3-piece, now it's back to 4-piece.
Back to 4, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it'll hopefully stay that way. But yeah, it was the first band I started when I was probably about 17, 18. Okay. And we just sort of slowly started writing some music, trying to figure out what we wanted to do, and things evolved a bit over the years too. But yeah, it's like the first love.
I know you don't like to sort of put yourself in a box. We're talking about that off air. But if someone asked you what sort of music does Amberdown play, what would you say?
I'd say it's like it'd be a combination of like I'd say like a 90s feel with like like it'd be like a touch of like the Offspring and grunge mixed with sort of like a post grunge like 2000s 3 Days Grace, Breaking Benjamin and influence of those sorts. I can't really say. I guess it's hard rock. Yeah. And obviously you got some ballads in there as well. Yeah, mix it up.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Hey, it's what's time? It's just gone 5:03. You can text if you have any questions for Dan or any requests at all. Oh, Stu, I forgot to check if we've got that Nutshell song. I'll check in a minute. 0485 838 436 is the SMS, and studio@hfm.radio is the email. Hey, when I asked for your 3 songs during the week, Dan, one of them was a Pearl Jam song called Black. And I thought, well, I mean, I actually played that a few weeks ago when Mel was here again, because she wanted a song called Black by Seven Dust.
Oh, great song too.
Yeah, she's a big fan of Seven Dust. So I played Black to Black, I called it, you know, the 2 songs together. But I'm happy to play it again. So I thought I'd mix it in with this this thing here.
Batman's Retro Classic.
That thing cost me $18,000. Can you believe that?
What?
No. 18 cents. Did it myself. So
is that your voice?
That's my voice.
Well
yeah. I modified it slightly in Audacity. Yeah. Hey, so I thought I would play an album with the song that you wanted. The song is called Black by Pearl Jam, which is off the 10 album from 1991, the best year in rock history, in my opinion.
I would agree with that.
So I turned 17 in 91.
Yeah, right.
And I think there's something about turning 17, get your driver's license, put a big stereo in your car, and the music at that time, which Pearl Jam 10, Nevermind, Nirvana, Metallica Black Album, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Blood Sugar Sex Magic.
Was it the Black? Did you say the Black Album?
Yeah, the Black Album. Yeah, they're all 91.
Alice in Chains, I think.
I never got into them, to be honest. But it was just such a great year. But of course, I was 17 that year, so I'm probably very biased. But I still think it was the greatest year ever. Anyway,
I was 3, and I still think it was probably the best year ever.
Oh, you were still popping head banging.
Yeah.
Black. Well, tell me about the song Black. Why you chose Black? Why you want to play it today?
I just think it's in terms of like the emotion of a vocalist. I think that would have to be one of the best pieces, let's say, of music. In terms of that it's just, I don't know. For me, Eddie had, especially in the 10 album, the emotion that was in his voice was something that I was very drawn to, and I sort of wanted to put that in my own style.
So it was inspirational for you.
Yeah, I didn't want to. I prefer not to. Like, I'm not a big fan of sort of doing other people, let's say, or doing. I don't want to sound like anyone else, but just the way he put the emotions forward was very.
And it was like being 17 in 91. It was so unique as well. The first song I heard off the album was Jeremy. A friend of mine bought it around, and he had the CD and put it on, and he played Jeremy, and it just blew me away because I never heard anything like that. And the way he sung that, I don't know, it's so deep in his throat, and the way he spits it out. And this was before I heard Nirvana, and like, to me this was because they're from Seattle as well, aren't they? It was just it sort of spoke to me at the time, and I just loved it.
Yeah, I remember the first time hearing it. I thought it really blew me away. Putting the CD on, it was a burnt CD.
Oh no!
Don't tell anyone. And as soon as it came on, I was like, wow! I'd never heard anything like that either.
Yeah,
it just really blew me away.
Yeah. Well, let's have a listen to Black. There's a message here from a guy by the name of Bill Shaw.
Billy Boy.
Bill? Yeah. from Electric State. He says Dan Connell equals big sexy. What's he trying to
Thank you, Bill. Appreciate that, mate. I also think you're attractive.
Oh, there you go. Settle down. Okay, let's listen to Black from Pearl Jam. Pearl Jam, Even Flow. Before that, Pearl Jam, Jeremy. And before that, Pearl Jam with Black. Classic album, that one.
Great album. One of the best.
Yeah. Hey, Stu, I haven't got Nutshell for you today, so you're going to have to listen again next week, son. I'll definitely play Nutshell by Alice in Chains for you then. Hey, Dan, we've got a couple of text messages here. Cal Dog Hey, Caldog here. Ask Dan, why does he have chicken legs, and why is one leg shorter than the other?
How you going, Kelly? No comment. How about that?
Have you been skipping leg day, Dan?
No, I try not to. Never skip leg day.
Never skip leg day.
It's unfortunate because they're really hard to grow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And the Frankinator again. You must be listening today. Hello, Frank. Actually, I should say my special guest host next week is the Frankinator.
Oh, beautiful.
He's coming in. So that should be fun. He's sitting on the other side of the desk. And,
no barbecue Sunday then?
No. Well, maybe we'll have one here to celebrate the Frankinator coming in. And he's got a question. Will there be any more video clips of Bon Shoes, Bronan the Librarian, or will it drum? Now, you got to tell me the story with this.
Yeah, so it was probably about 2 years ago now, we did a show, Amberdown, a Barrel of Fun show, which was like a once-a-month thing. We did some live music, couple skits, and yeah, it was kind of just this stupid thing we did for 10 episodes. It's on YouTube if you want to check it out. Amberdown's Barrel of Fun show. Yeah, we did like there was like dad joke skits, and there was a Dr. Connell thing where we just did dumb jokes, and it was just, yeah, it was a pathetic little thing we did, but we had a good time. We thought it was fun.
And Frank had to bring it up. Yes, Frank, oh no, that's all good. Hey, what's the name of the YouTube channel?
It'll be under the Amberdown YouTube channel. I think it's just Amberdown. It's either Amberdown Music or just Amberdown.
Okay, no worries. And I'll answer this question. Yes, I have, Frank. He'll know what I mean. Now, next song we're going to play, Dan, is from a friend of yours. You asked if you could play this today, and I said, of course. And tell us about it.
So this is a first solo single from a good friend of mine, Alex Domino. She did this with Tom, her partner, who's the guitarist for Black Kanyon.
Okay.
And it's a great song. I rate it highly. She's only 20 years old, and I think she's got a good future in terms of like songwriting and music ahead of her. So, and this song's excellent. So I thought we could play this.
Yeah, for sure.
Get it out in the airwaves.
I've never heard this, so here it is. It's called "In the Waves." Her name again?
Alex Domino.
Domino, no worries. Here it is, In the Waves. That was OJ there with I'll Be There For You, brand new song just released on Wednesday.
Ah, cool.
They're an awesome band.
Great band.
Local band, really catchy, as you're saying, hooks and...
good hooks, recordings are great.
Yeah, the recording, I think Jack... the singer does all that himself as well, so highly talented.
Very good sounding recordings.
Yeah.
Those guys.
And the top of that bracket we had In the Waves by Alex...
Domino.
Domino.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, it just won't stick. Hey, I'm trying to get hold of Joe down at the Super Sunday Sesh. I'm just going to see if this works. Joe, can you hear me, bud?
I can hear you perfectly well, mate. How are you?
How did that work? That was...
well played, Radman.
Dan can vouch that I had no idea what I was doing there, and I pressed this button.
I'm not sure you can hear me, but I can hear you.
Yeah, no, we can all hear you here, so I'm sure you can be heard over the air.
It's a bit noisier here than it is there in the studio.
Well, we can hear you pretty loud and clear. How's things going down at the Super Sunday Sesh? It
is, in the words of anyone that has any sense, it's going off, mate. There are 3 stages, which is a challenge.
Yep.
And I've seen a bunch of different bands already, and this is only the start of it. We're here till midnight.
Wow.
So, yeah, every time the main stage cuts off, you have a little stage in the food area with duos. Alicia Dallo is just setting up.
Okay.
I've just seen a couple of the girls from Sour turning up. They're about to go on next after her. So every changeover, you've got like a little acoustic duo or a soloist doing it.
How cool.
And then you've got an indoor stage as well.
How cool's that? So you're not a minute without music by the sounds?
Hey?
You don't miss music for a minute, because as soon as the band finishes, they have an acoustic duo kicking straight off.
It is non-stop.
Yeah.
Absolutely non-stop. And look, it's kind of tough at times because there's a couple of bands that, you may want to see the one that's on the main stage and the indoor stage at the same time.
Yeah.
But, I've been cheering it around.
Yeah.
The boys from It's a Rapper here as well, so we're sharing the love.
Shaggy and Max?
Shaggy and Max.
Shout out to the boys. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. And who are some of the bands you've seen, Joe?
Well, I saw Matthew Trent earlier on, who I had on the show last week, and St. Tragedy, who I had on the week before. They were awesome. Circa the Sun were awesome. It's been really mixed. Like, those are all quite in the indie thing. And then we had things like Crailborn, No Guilt, who are full-on hardcore.
Yeah.
Probably fit a little bit better into something like Hugo's Metal Meltdown on a Saturday.
Well, I played a bit of Crailbone a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
They're
pretty
like
high
them.
energy.
Definitely high energy. Fair bit of, as I said at the time, it's screaming, for want of a better word, but there's melody there too. I really enjoyed. I seen them a few weeks ago. So yeah.
Look, and we had Raw Dog, which was in that same vein. My wife was joking that, maybe she was fighting the patriarchy because she definitely had a little bit of anger in her voice.
Oh, right.
Damn patriarchy.
But they were great, and the crowd were loving it.
Modern day Alanis Morissette. Hey, awesome, man. And you can still get down there? What's to go with tickets and stuff?
You can. Look, there's still tickets on the door, and there are still people coming in. I'm actually standing near the door as we speak.
Awesome.
And there's still people coming in now. Because, like I say, we're here till midnight.
Till midnight.
And so there are still a lot of bands. Like, there was 39 bands on this list today, which I think is a massive undertaking by the promoter to try and cram all that in.
It has to be some sort of record.
Yeah, no matter what you like. I mean, I saw the boys from the Kick-Ons are here already. They're the headline on the outdoor stage. Okay. And, if you like a bit of quality indie rock, they will absolutely satisfy you. Ooh, there's another band kicking off.
They're kicking off now. No worries.
Get noisy.
We'll let you get back to it, Joe.
Yeah, well, look, good luck with the rest of your show, and hello to Dan the Man. Have we had the arm wrestle contest?
We haven't had it yet. I've mentioned it a couple of times, and Dan's, I don't know, seems to be shying away from it. So,
is he feigning injury?
Well, yeah, I think that'll be next. Oh, yeah, we'll see what happens. Thanks, Joe.
Right.
Thanks for bringing that up.
Let us know who's the winner.
Okay, yeah, I will.
Thanks,
I
Joe.
will. Pretty obvious. Cheers, mate.
See you, mate.
Thanks, mate. Bye. That was Joe down there at the Super Sunday session at the Port Beach Brewery. And get along there if you want to get listen to some great live music till midnight tonight. Should be a fun night. Hey, Dan, we got your third song that we're going to play next, and it's by a band called Silverchair out of Newcastle, Australia, and the song is called Slave. Tell us about it.
First song on the Freak Show album, and again, one of those things, the first time I heard it, I thought, whoa, powerful song, big guitars, very, very cool, very, there's just something about the energy of this one, particularly that's always stood out to me. And I love Silverchair, great band.
Yeah. There's a Freak Show, so I was a little earlier, I was more into Frog Stomp. Yeah, when that came out, and they were like, I don't know, 15 or something.
Yeah, well, most people, I think he was 18 on this one.
Yeah.
Most people's favourite is Frog Stomp, but my personal favourite is Freak Show.
Okay, well, let's take a listen. This is off Freak Show, and the song is called Slave. Bit of Stevie Ray Vaughan there with Scallabutton. That song reminds me of Wild Ball of Sports, when they used to have that guy running and slamming into the pole. What do they call the pummel horse?
Oh, yeah.
Remember that? And this song used to be playing.
Is that Channel 9?
Yeah, on Channel 9 on the Saturday, yeah. Great song from 1984. Before that, another Australian classic, Run to Paradise by the Choir Boys. And kicking off the bracket, we had Silverchair with Slave from 1997. Hey, Amberdown, got a new album coming out?
Next Friday. It's taken a lot longer than we'd hoped. But yeah, next Friday the album will come out. A lot of the songs people would have heard through singles that we've been slowly drip feeding, but there is some new stuff on there too. So yeah, next Friday, awesome. Spotify, all the other streaming platforms will have it.
Awesome.
Should have it.
And you're telling me about the next solo project, another solo project, or what's this secret squirrels going on with this one?
It's just a lot of sort of heavy or hard rock songs that I maybe didn't make it through to any of the bands, some stuff that I've just been writing on the side that, got a lot of ideas floating through the old noggin, so I kind of wanted to, use my time properly and put a few songs out. So it's going to be called Spiraling into Oblivion.
That's the name of the
be called,
band?
and it'll be it's just me doing
just you, yeah, okay,
all the instruments, but it's just I kind of wanted to do it as a band name, let's say, because I mean I've got my Daniel Connell music thing anyway, so
okay. And the other band which we haven't spoke of yet, and we just touched on briefly, Hailmary.
Yeah.
Tell us about that one.
Some new recordings actually coming. At the moment, yeah. So there's some new stuff that we're working on at the moment. It's taking a bit longer than we'd. Again, these things tend to take a bit longer than I would hope, but there's a work in progress there. So keep an ear out and an eye out for that, because that'll be coming out hopefully. Well, probably in early next year, I'd say. Something new coming from Hailmary there.
And what do you play in that band?
Mostly guitars, and it's the only band I'm doing that I don't front.
Okay.
So I'm just guitars, and I'll do vocals, but it's more a couple of lines, harmonies, couple of screams, that kind of thing.
My wife actually mentioned Hailmary to me a few weeks ago, because I can't remember, she was at work, and honestly I can't remember the connection. I probably should have asked her before I come. But she said, there was a girl at work, she said, you got to listen to Hailmary. I said, yeah, I know Hailmary, Dan Connell.
Okay, cool.
So I can't remember the connection. I'll find out. And
yeah, let me know. I'd be interested to know.
Let you know. Hey, we're just about ready to wrap it up. I was thinking we had Keith in for Kaleidoscope, but as of yet, he's not here, so I'm not sure. He just might be running a little bit late. I think he's coming in though. But that's it for us today, Dan.
Thank you, Radman, for having me. I really appreciate it.
Joe Satriani's kicking off, which is he's like the Grim Reaper of this show. It's all over, baby, when Joe starts.
Well, I'm happy to be here, and I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, no, it's been awesome, mate, and it's good to get to know you a bit more, because we've spoken briefly once before, but it's been great. Next week we have the amazing Frankinator in as our guest co-host, so that's going to be interesting.
Good old Frankie.
I mean, most people know Frank very well. He's obviously a stalwart around this.
Everyone knows Frankie around town.
I'm going to have the hen shooter on in a few weeks as well.
Cool.
I'm going to keep them separate. Because when they're together,
too hard to handle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I'll separate them and just see what happens. I think
see if they can keep their story straight.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, interview them separately. Yes, I just got a message. No Keith today, so you will just go to our playlist from 6 o'clock. But that's it for this week. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We've had a fun time here with Dan. Back next week, of course, from 4 o'clock, so do listen in. And if you enjoy the show, tell your friends. You'll be listening in next week, Dan?
Sure will.
Yeah?
Yep.
Just to sit back. And this is what I say to people if they ask me what it's about. It's just to sit back, have a couple of brews or whatever your favourite drink is. I drink Fire Engines.
I don't mind them. Yeah, nice cold beer and Radman.
Exactly. And barbecue going. Maybe maybe mow the lawns and just sit down. So that's the vibe of the show. So I hope people are enjoying that. But anyway, enough of us. We'll see you next week. Thanks, everyone.
Later.